Welcome everybody to another episode of Scaranoia, and there's so much going on lately that leads to another banger episode. As always, it is I, Hugs, and I am alongside Jared and Chris, and today, like I said, we got a lot to talk about, boys. We're coming fresh and hot off the TikTok ban. We have the inauguration of Trump just happened. There's crazy stuff with Elon. There's conspiracies all over the place, and we're in the weirdest timeline. That's all I'm going to say. We are in the craziest timeline right now. How do you guys feel about being back on the 12-hour TikTok ban? How'd it feel to be banned for 12 hours, Chris?
Well, for me, I'm not like scrolling TikTok as much because I'm always like in the Discord. You should join too. Me and Jared, we're always just like watching TV, gaming, so I didn't really notice it too much. But the moment I realized I couldn't do it, all of a sudden I wanted to do it, so I kept accidentally opening the app and stuff. So it felt weird. It felt really weird. But like
Well, you didn't close yours right away, so you still had a
yeah,
little bit of an
I
FYP
I did.
after we all got the
That's right.
notification.
I forgot about that. Yeah, so I was open to one of my favorite creators, and I was super far back trying to catch up on a series they do. So I was scrolling and I was watching, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, I can't open TikTok," and I'm like, "I can." Then I got back and I had like 4 videos of an FYP, which I was like, oh, "Okay, this is good." Then when I couldn't scroll anymore, it threw me off. And
It
then
kind of like hit. Like it wasn't like it didn't. I don't know. I didn't feel it. Jared, I feel like before the ban, you were the most like kind
emotional.
of. Yeah, I wasn't gonna say emotional, but you had like the most impact. Like, whereas me, I was kind of in denial.
Yeah, I love TikTok. Like, without TikTok, this podcast would never exist. Like, I met
This
so
is
many
very
great
true,
friends on there, and 3,000 followers mean nothing to most people. But Instagram,
dude. You
Meta,
grinded to get those 3,000. That's why, like,
anything,
I felt
anything
the
Meta
worst for you.
fucking sucks. Let's be completely honest. Meta is the worst type of social media out there. YouTube's
Well, we'll
okay.
get into that here in a second. We'll get into
Like,
that in a
just
second.
TikTok's algorithm is just so much better. But want to know what I did for the 12 hours? I went to hibernation. I
Red
felt like,
note.
yeah, shut up, Red Note, bro. I felt like I was in darkness, that I was being held captive. Like I almost grew out a
Dude,
big I had a big beard Sunday
In 12
morning.
hours. Yeah,
12 hours.
in
Look,
12
I
hours.
got really tired of scrolling Red Note and being called a TikTok refugee. That just, I was like, I didn't know how to feel because you have
I
all these
didn't
people
do the
who've
red
been.
note bandwagon. I didn't jump on that.
I definitely did. I didn't post on there, but like I scrolled it, and just every other person was like a super nice and welcoming Chinese person who was like, "We already don't have TikTok. We've been here. Welcome." And like they're trying to give you tips and stuff on
Uh,
like how to handle yourself appropriately on there, and I'm like, "This is different. This is really
I,
different."
so I'm a big fan of YouTube Shorts anyway. Shout out. We do post on YouTube as well.
We do.
We have our YouTube Shorts as well as TikTok. But so for me, I naturally just went on YouTube Shorts. I was like, all right, I'll ride this out. Like when it first happened, I was like, oh man, I couldn't believe that they actually banned TikTok.
Yeah.
It
Like
feels like, and I don't want to get like, whatever, like I'm not like ultra patriotic, I'm not like Captain America, but it didn't feel very American. It felt very like this isn't America.
dictator. It felt like a dictatorship, bro, because
Yeah.
as much as they tied it to the Chinese Communist Party, it was a violation of like your freedom of speech and freedom of expression to like remove an app.
Everybody's got our info, and that's why I want to get into meta. Jared, you got something on your mind? Then we're gonna jump into this.
I think we're going to be talking about this point, so I'm going to wait to bring it up later. But I have my own beliefs on why TikTok.
Okay.
Well, so this isn't necessarily why TikTok was banned, but we can get into that real quick beforehand. We'll do a why and then what happened during and after. Okay, so we'll get into why. First, why. That one was a Tom Cotton. Somebody directly said that it's like the best propaganda tool. Like they absolutely made it sound
Yes.
like
Oh my
we
god, in an
basically
interview.
we can
Yeah.
communicate too well with each other that it's like too bad for the government or the people in power. Like TikTok's very anti-Illuminati, it sounds like. Jared, what is your thought process?
Funny when it's ran probably by the Illuminati, but it was TikTok being banned, one big propaganda for a certain individual, for sure, I feel. And it is what it is, you know. It's only going to get worse from here. But if they can ban an app, what else can they take away from me? I'm going to start, honestly, like, I'm not trying to be Aaron Rodgers or nothing, but maybe I start carrying more cash on me. When do they close our banks out? You know what I mean? If they close just a simple app, what else?
Is this when we're gonna get into zombie apocalypse part 2? But it's like doomsday preppers. We got to do our doomsday prepper episode. So getting into, well, Crispy, do you have any reasons why, or do you have any?
I mean, I 100%. I don't know. Like, I don't believe it's for the reasons they say at all. You know, it's a big propaganda tool. It's a threat to our national security. If you watch that hearing with the CEO of TikTok, where they just kept constantly calling him Chinese,
I'm
and he's like,
Singaporean.
exactly. I don't know if
Senator,
this
I'm
was
Singaporean.
real. I don't know if
Senator,
this
I
was
served my
real.
military.
Like this I don't know if this was real, but there was a sound of somebody like talking to him. You didn't see the person talking, so I don't know if it was real, but they're like, I ain't never heard of Singapore and all that. Like, I don't think that's real. I'm like, that can't be real. There could not have
Yeah,
been like.
Can TikTok
but,
hear
like,
what's going on in my brain when I put headphones in? I don't think that was real. There's no way that was real.
no, but they definitely did ask, does this connect to your Wi-Fi network? Yeah,
like,
everything
does this have
does.
access to the other devices on your home Wi-Fi network? It's like, what?
But it's like, as soon as he's like, does it connect to your Wi-Fi network? Well, do you want to get, are you using Wi-Fi internet?
Yeah. No more than any other. I think it was just to the point to where, especially around election time, you started to really see, like, and I'm not trying to like get super ultra political, but you start to see how many more people were using their voices on either side, from left or right. How many people were really using their voices to like get people to go out and vote? I don't know. I don't like.
There
I
were
don't know
both
if
sides, like Trump and Kamala both had HQ accounts
yeah.
on TikTok.
That's the thing about TikTok is, I think it's not either side of the line. I think everybody uses TikTok. That's what makes TikTok so unique. With the algorithm, you can see the average everyday person. Now, if you're a certain way, if you're hyper conservative or a very right wing or a left wing, it'll definitely, the algorithm will find what you find interesting.
Yep.
But I feel like the app in general is a home to everybody. That's the thing. I will say, as somebody who runs like 5 TikTok accounts, because I post to like our different podcast accounts, so like I scroll on all of them, so like on the FYPs, they're drastically different FYPs. And I think it's because of like the type of content we post on this channel. You know what I mean?
Did anybody else get like a complete FYP reset when you got
So
back
we're gonna get
onto
into
TikTok?
this. We're gonna get into
I
this.
did.
We're gonna get into this.
Go ahead.
Okay. So are we done with the pre? We're done with the why.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're going to get into the what. What happened while TikTok was banned? Because one of the biggest conspiracies going on, and especially being in the IT world, people are saying it was a data migration, that they shut down servers so that way so they could alter the algorithm or remove the pieces of it that were proprietary to like protect it for sale, so that way when they sell it, that part doesn't get taken. And there's a lot of people that are saying that there was a Facebook account that got made on TikTok right beforehand that became verified, and they're saying Meta took it over.
But at the same time, the CEO of TikTok removed CEO like in his thing. Like,
so people are saying one of the big conspiracies is that Meta purchased TikTok, and during that downtime, that was them taking over the servers. So I know Jared was talking about his fondness, his love for all things Meta. Jared, how would you feel about a Meta TikTok?
It'd just be terrible. Like, it would be stuff that happened on other apps, Streamo. It just, like, my Facebook Reels is nothing but people stealing content. Like, I see the Bistro hoodie that we all talked about the other day on there that's not from the
Bistro hoodie.
I see this one, something Felon, Ferocious, his content on there.
Felonious Felon, I love it.
Yes, I love that dude, too. See, Ross
Facebook
creates,
is all just reposted content. That's literally all Facebook
and
is.
it's never
Instagram's
nothing
not
real.
as bad, but
Well, Instagram
Facebook is
Reels, you'll
definitely.
see somebody get split in two by and stuff. You just see
Oh man,
people
my
getting.
Instagram reels is so dark.
Yeah, but also I feel like we're to
It's your
blame for
fault,
that.
Jared.
We're to
You
blame
are
for that, to be honest. Our group chat
you
is to
you
blame for that,
yes,
I feel.
100%. They send the most absurd stuff, and I
But
open
also, like,
it
I
and I
feel that for,
That's why I don't trust you guys at all
it's
for
still
anything.
messed up. Like, it feels like a Reddit
yeah
50-50 on Instagram.
I was gonna say
yeah.
we've talked about that previously, the old 50-50s back in the day.
Oh, me and Jared did one in Discord one night, and it was not. It was like 95% good.
It was.
Like there wasn't
I
a lot of
always
bad.
hated the ones that were both bad. Because there would be ones that were like 50-50, but then they were just messing with you and both were bad. One was bad, one was worse. But so that was one of the big conspiracies. The other thing was people mentioned that Shu had taken off CEO. So that was another.
I will. I've seen a lot of proof that shows that he never had CEO. And
I don't know.
Facebook's always had an account on.
I don't know. All I do know, and I want to bring this up because Chris was mentioning this as well, a lot of people are saying their algorithm was different after the fact and that it just felt different. And I saw one video that was like everybody with autism feeling like someone came into their room and moved something and you're just trying to figure out what it is. And they're saying like that's what happened to their algorithm, you know, like just something's different. Something's not right. Now, did you see they have settings now? And I want to see if this is available to me because I didn't look. I don't have my phone. But there's like slider settings where you can decide what type of content you want to see.
Really, I'm not
It's supposed to
looking
be
it.
under your like settings and privacy. I
haven't
saw
looked at
somebody
that
was showing how to do it. I would have to take a look at my phone
I'm
and,
looking at it right
check
now.
that. But yeah, if you go into
I
your
haven't-
settings, there was like some sort of slider settings where you can do like your content preferences or something.
That's clever. I mean, I feel like that definitely helps if you want to reset your algorithm. But 100%,
Which you can't just reset your algorithm, can't you? Can't you just like? I think there's like a way to like reset your content
If
or
there
reset
is,
your.
I've been doing it the hard way for so long because I've been going the route of like, I know I want to see these creators and their type of videos, so I go to their page and watch a ton of their stuff, and then do the same with different ones, and then it kind of feeds it into it and start branching off.
You know what I
But
do?
like,
They have a content preference. Yeah, I
There
can
you go. It's content
really
sliders,
see.
right?
Yeah. So there's
Yeah, yeah,
creative art,
manage topics.
errors.
Yep.
I have everything at default. I don't even know, but
Yep. See, I'm in the know. I just haven't edited mine yet.
and you can also refresh your For You feed
There
too
you
on the
Okay,
same.
if that is something that's new, I love that because it'll be like I said, when you get stuck in that loop of like the same stuff and you want to see different stuff, you're able to.
You know what I do? And it's kind of weird. I have a ton of TikTok accounts, like a ridiculous
Right.
amount of TikTok accounts. Because so I literally make them for algorithms. I'll make one and like, this is how nerdy I am. Feel free to make fun of me. Although I am wearing a dress shirt with Sasquatch on it. So I think we all know what this is. Like, so I really wanted to learn and get into like Excel and like, you know, I'm really into AI. People who know me and IRL know that I'm very into AI. So I made an account where literally all I did was I would search Excel and I would search AI and that's all I did. So that FYP is very like centric to that. So like different topics that I really wanted, I have an account and all I look at on that account is stuff that's related to that. I don't engage with or don't do anything with anything that's outside of that niche on that account. So that way I like cultivate. I built this FYP brick by brick. But that's what I do.
So what's your main account FYP look like? That's what we should all talk about right now. What are main
So,
FYP?
okay. So I wasn't planning on getting, like, can we talk about the journey though? Okay. Because I started off on like witch talk, okay, like pagan, Norse pagan, whatever. And then I was on D&D talk for a long time. That was even before I got on Wrestle Talk, which is how I ended up meeting all of you guys. So I follow on Heel Hugs at Heel Hugs on TikTok, and we'll make sure shout out your whatever you want people to follow. But like, so that account, I think I follow like 1,200 people or something. So that FYP, like I can have a kitten video, and then the next video is like hardcore hip hop, like on the radar, and then like the next video, like it's so wild. It's the Wild West. It's wrestling content. It's like anything you can think of. It's roulette at that point. Jared, what about you?
So I'll talk about my journey. Mine started out with a lot of NASCAR content because that's what I first hosted. Then wrestling content. And then I started not really caring about wrestling. So my FYP changed to something, what they call them.
Oh my god.
And then
Like thirst traps and stuff.
and then it switched to horror content. And then I got canceled by them clowns. Um, and now it's kind of like yours, the Wild Wild West. There's wrestling on it. There's bops on it. There's horror content. There's a lot of actual Scaranoia content on there too. Like I see the Scaranoia content on the FYP all the time.
That's right. My favorite thing is like scrolling through my FYP and then our video pops up and I'm just like,
dude, I kind of get a weird dopamine.
It's other people's. I'm like,
I get a weird dopamine whenever I see us talking. Like it's just so weird, bro.
Oh my god, it's that boost of serotonin, man. It's like
man,
it gets you.
I'm out there getting them clips out there. Okay, they're up on YouTube. They're up on TikTok.
I'm telling y'all, if you don't know, Hugs is the hardest working man in social media. Okay,
hey,
he doesn't have anybody else that does this stuff for him. He organizes all of this. He edits all of this. He posts it on YouTube, Spotify, everywhere. And then he turns around and clips things for your enjoyment. So the least you could do is watch the podcast, drop a subscribe, like, comment. All right, shameless plugs out the way.
So now that you've done your shamelessly plug, or Jared, first off, which TikTok do you want people to follow?
The Jared Holmes. Yeah, find me everywhere.
And then, so Chris, give us your TikTok you want people to follow, and then give your journey. Yeah.
So the one I'm most active on, as far as that I keep logged in, is the I'm_just_Chris91. Follow that. My journey on TikTok started on a different page. It was the OMG It's Crispy account, which when I started it off, it was a lot of... At the beginning, it was a lot of thirst traps. Like, that was what I saw. Thirst traps.
I'm not shocked.
Dancing and stuff like that. And then it became a lot of, like, duets and duettable stuff. You know, like the sounds that you can go back and forth with. Then turned into, like, customer service content. You know, people complaining, doing skits. Like, that to this day is still my favorite side of TikTok to be on. Then it got into Wrestle Talk. And then from there, transitioning over to, like, the account that I use most, it's a lot of like movie review stuff, since that's, you know, what me and Jared have done. Shout out to Jared for getting me into that. And another plug, because I like giving my boys the flowers, right? Jared out here posts on several accounts, multiple videos.
I post
8 videos a day, and they're quality videos. He's not just shit posting. So for the most part, yes.
Blonde ranks are bad guys. Don't forget.
Hey man, when I was popping off both on YouTube and when my TikTok was growing at first, I was definitely posting like 5+ videos a day. Like that's just how you grind. You know what I mean?
Like Jared sets aside his time every night before he goes to bed to make sure to get his content out or content ready for the next day and stuff. So shout out to him. Like that, he grinds. And so yeah, it's a lot of movie review stuff. I've been getting a lot of like movie facts lately, which I really enjoy. Like, did you know in this movie, this scene? And I'm like, those are my favorite things in the world. I love those.
I used to make that content on YouTube.
Really?
I used to make shorts on like faceless channels with just my voice. Like I made a bunch of random YouTube channels that I still have that I would just post shorts on of like facts or trivia.
That's kind of like what I want to start doing is like the random movie facts and stuff. But there's so much of it out there. But then also I'm back on the customer service side, so I get the skits. I get the like people like reaction to, you know, like I've been getting a lot of nail techs when their clients don't pay, and that's my favorite thing in the world, because you see like the sweetest girls like just get like gangster if you try to play with them about their money. What was that look, Jared?
Me?
Yeah.
All I'm saying is kitten videos. I didn't hear kitten videos from anyone else.
I see some cat videos for sure, but we ain't talking about meow meows.
Okay. So moving on. So what happens next? TikTok got a 90-day reprieve. Does it get banned? Mm-hmm. Does it get banned? Does it get bought? Does it stay the same?
I don't think it gets banned. I definitely think it'll get bought. I'm hoping to God not Meta, because I'm right there with Jared. I don't I don't think Meta. It literally, I'm on Facebook all the time, and I'm catching like videos that I've watched like 6 months to a year ago on fake
Right.
accounts. And thankfully, I love the people that go in and post on these fake accounts and say it's stolen content and tag the right pages, because that is, like they're getting all this, like all these views and likes. But Mr. Beast supposedly sat down with TikTok. He got a bunch of billionaire investors together. I wouldn't be opposed to Mr. Beast buying
That'd be
I don't
TikTok.
know, man.
terrible. I don't know about no
I don't know, man.
Mr. Bass, Mr. Beast, whatever the hell
Okay,
his
what
name
would you
is.
rather
I
have,
like
Jared?
Mr. Beast.
or Meta? Which one?
Joshua Block should buy it. World of T-shirts should buy
Oh
it.
no!
That's
He
my
likes
vote.
his whiskey neat.
Man,
know?
it's my favorite TikToker of all time. If there's a TikTok Hall of Fame, him and Daniel Larson.
Where are
I
you
thought
putting
you,
Dom Patrol?
like, low key, I thought you doxed me for a sec. And I was like, damn, is this another Chris thing?
Joshua.
Yeah, exactly. So, side note, I don't know, man. Like, Mr. Beast is dope. I like what he does. I love his content. He's like, a corporation in himself. But, like, does he really know how to run a social media company like TikTok? Like,
I mean, my thing is, bro.
like he definitely specializes in social media, but I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
as far as like running a tech company, it's a tech company. It's not just a
but,
social
I
media
mean,
company.
obviously, he's not going to do it by himself. Like, he's got enough money from
Yeah.
not even just YouTube, because YouTube, he puts all his money back into YouTube. But with like Feastables, Lunchly, like he has solid revenue streams to hire like a solid team of people to like run it. So
I've never tried Feastables. I want to try some.
Feastable, like
The milk
heard they're pretty
chocolate's
good.
really good, and the peanut butter ones are fantastic.
yes. I honestly, for the longest time, I waited because I was like, man, like these are going to be overhyped. I'm gonna be disappointed.
No, they're great.
They
They're
really
barely
I'm
are
gonna
hard
get
to-
some
better.
this week, and I'm gonna review them. There
Yeah.
you go. Food. I haven't
Yeah,
done a
dude,
good food and drink review in a while.
Feastables
They
are
really
honestly
are
one
better
of
than
the-
Hershey's.
Yes,
I'll check 'em out.
100%. Like I think they're better.
Not a
Feastables
sponsor.
are probably the best
Open.
like milk chocolate bar that I've had. And I've tried a bunch of different candy bars. I'm a big back, so
Big
But
back, big back.
What I think happens with TikTok is that the dude that sits in office right now gets us, like, America owned 50% of it. That's what he
Which
posted
he was
on.
saying. He was
That's
talking
what he
about
said
that.
he wanted
Yeah.
on. He posted on Truth Social or something like that. I saw somebody post on my
We're gonna
Facebook.
get truth talk.
it's just crazy when you really think about it, because when he wanted to ban it before in his last term, it was because it wasn't American owned, and there was so much, and I think that's why originally nobody took it serious, because we've been down this road 2-3 times before over the last 8 years, and it
There's
never
been a couple bills where they've tried.
yeah. And it never happened. So it was really weird seeing all these people posting their goodbye videos and stuff. Like, I don't care to talk about what everybody else is talking about, where they're like, all these content creators out here outing themselves. I saw a lot of troll videos with that. I didn't see anything serious.
Dude, my
It was all
favorite
just-
troll was Charlie D'Amelio. Said that her, I don't know if y'all know, whenever she's smoking that
The vape?
vape. Yeah, she said it was never an anxiety period. I was like,
That's looking great. But yeah, like seeing bro, I saw people from back in 2020 when I first started TikTok coming back, and it just, bro, that was where I got emotional, man. I saw these people that were my FYP coming back, and I'm like, damn,
dude,
y'all
I
really
will
waited
say,
this
like,
long?
them last few days before the ban, the FYP was just absolutely hitting with bangers, bro. Like, it's probably the best the FYP's ever been. Now, I've
Yeah.
not really been on it too much. It's not been.
My FYP
Whatever,
has been
still.
odd because, I've never been a heavy political person. I follow it and stuff, and I definitely have my views, as we've all talked about. But I've been getting fed a lot of just straight politic.
Oh,
And
same.
I
No
think
matter
that's-
how much I avoid
it's
it,
it.
I get it. Even if I
was just
don't
saying, I think
interact
that's
with
just
it, I
with the
keep it in
times
mind.
and everything going on. So I don't think that's
I think-
yeah.
Because when the election happened, I was getting a lot of political content that
Yeah.
kind of stagnated. And now,
And it's-
yesterday was the inauguration. But also, I interact with it too, to be fair. I do.
Yeah.
Watch it. I want to be informed. That's the thing. So, I
Same.
think all three of us have different political, leanings or whatever, because I'm definitely like a moderate. I do lean more liberal, but I'm both sides. But I want to be informed on what's going on everywhere. Like I don't want just one source of news. So I do interact with a lot of different news sources.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's everything in life is there's three stories. There's one side, the other side, and the truth. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I do interact with a lot of new stuff, but a lot of the like super like hyper just like political rhetoric stuff I don't interact with.
Yeah, same. I hate both sides. I do. I'm more. You have both sides, in my opinion. You have one. I don't like hardcore Republicans, and I don't like hardcore Democrats. You know, like I like. Now, if somebody's spitting facts on either side, that's what it is. You know, you gotta get clapped and then go on with your day. But I like you said, I like some.
Yeah, and I feel like the only way to like really know what's going on, and it's the same thing with conspiracy stuff. Like everybody says, "Oh, you're crazy," you know, for conspiracy. It's not like I don't believe all this, and I also don't believe everything I see in any news source. That's the thing, you know what I mean? But I listen to everything.
100%. Like when I get these political videos, what I always look for is like, are you providing facts to back it up? Whether it be, you know, like news articles, or like you're providing clips of like if you want to talk about something that Trump said or Kamala said or whoever. Like if you're providing the background to it, then I'm more likely to engage and like interact with it. But
Did you guys see the greatest clip of the inauguration though?
there's two. There's two that I want to.
Theo Vaughn. Theo Vaughn. Theo Vaughn.
You say Theo Vaughn, balloons just pop up.
Theo Vaughn, Logan Paul caught it on video. Theo Vaughn's chair broke in the middle of the inauguration. He was sitting there like leaning back in and his chair broke and he like stood up. Somebody shushed him. Like, what his chair fucking broke. What do you expect from him? He gets up and he's like, it was Kamala's chair. It's like, it was Kamala's chair. But like then he ended up sitting with the pulse, and Logan's like, "I got it on camera."
I used to like Theo Vaughn,
but
I haven't seen
love Theo
anything
Vaughn,
from
dude.
him, like,
He cracks
in a
me
while.
up.
Just some of the stuff that he says, bro. Like, what was it? He was like on like a FaceTime with Drewski, and like that last dude was saying the N word. That's not what nah, man.
He's like, sometimes if I gotta say it, I gotta write it down.
I like when he's on there.
Oh my god, it's like Daddy. Oh, man.
Yeah, I love that clip so much.
No, he's great. I love him just as a person. Or like he got a giant black nutcracker, and he was telling somebody, was it Drewski? I think he was telling. He's like, I got me a Cat Williams, and he's like, I don't think that's Cat Williams. He's like, you can't tell me that's not a Cat Williams.
I thought Bernie had the best clip of the inaugural.
Where he just didn't stand up at all?
Yeah, just sit there. It's fine.
I mean,
no, there's a lot of, like... Okay. So we'll get into this in a sec. Does anybody have anything you want to touch on? Because I want to touch on something from the inauguration and a conspiracy theory into the future.
I mean, I was going to touch on something from the inauguration, but I feel like you're going in the same direction. So if not, I'll get it after. So go ahead.
Is yours Elon's?
Yes.
You can touch on that. That's not where I'm going with this. I don't feed in. I am someone who believes in the benefit of the Denny's. Okay, I believe in giving someone the benefit of the doubt. And I don't know. I'm not going to go out and do what he did. But like, I also see what he was saying and what he was doing. It's weird. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't know.
Okay, so if it was anyone else,
I wouldn't do it.
Honestly, one thing, if you do, like, not you, Hugs, like, you're, like, backing him for it and stuff, I want to see you all post a video doing it. Like,
I hate everybody saying that. The first person that I saw who said that, I'm like, oh, that's good. And then, like, 9 million other people are doing it now. And I hate it.
No, I'm posting it tonight.
That's the thing I hate, is when everybody bandwagons the same comment, and then I'm like... It was funny the first time I heard. You know what I mean?
Also, I would give him the benefit of the doubt, but I absolutely hate Elon Musk. So
yeah.
Screw him. Oh, man.
Okay, so this goes into the timelines because we talked about this before. How did we end up in the timeline when Elon went from like, and maybe it's just me, I used to think Elon was the coolest dude in the world. I absolutely loved Elon, and now he's like a villain in the news and everything.
Before he jumped off the deep end and went ultra hyper
It was before
conservative.
he became a lizard. I don't even care about the conservative part. He became a lizard person somewhere. He went to the same school Mark Zuckerberg did and became a lizard.
But Zuckerberg became cool now. He made like music with T-Pain, like Get Low, whatever with T-Pain. Like Zuckerberg's becoming more normal again. I'm confused. This whole world, this timeline is very
normal,
confusing.
Bro, he removed fact checking from Meta, bro. That's not normal.
I'm saying like he has become more human as a person instead of like robot. He like seems more normal now.
Thing. Do you know how funny it's going to be to troll the internet now that there's not a fact check? Like, could you imagine?
Hold on. So are you saying fact checking makes you cool? It makes you normal?
I feel like
because the one place you go where you do see a lot of like fact checking and like notations on things, that's X.
Yeah, that's the weird part. But a lot of times, too, it's not even, like, fact-checking. Like, somebody will reshare a video, and there's a stake logo, you know, the stake.com or whatever, the gambling website.
Do you like your steak well done?
STA key, okay? Oh, my God. But, and the annotation, the fact-check will be, this page promotes illegal gambling. It is not allowed. And it tells you to report it. Bro, you are a part of the system there. Report it yourself. I'm not snitching.
Trust and believe.
I'm not snitching, okay?
Trust and believe in the system. But like that is one reason where I'm like, this is a weird timeline, man. I just feel like stuff's all over the place. But I wasn't going with the Elon
Roseanne
thing.
Barr rapping. That's probably the weirdest stuff.
Have you not seen that, Hugs?
No.
Yeah, she dropped a song with Tom McDonald.
We had Roseanne.
All right.
Yeah.
I need to see this.
What a time to be alive,
I actually liked
man.
the Ben Shapiro song with him. I thought it was good.
Hugs,
I thought it was a good song.
I want you to pull it. I know you have the capabilities to do so right now.
I don't have any of this stuff set up right now.
We have time. We have time. That's the great thing about this. Well, I want your live reaction on this podcast to Roseanne Barr rapping right now.
We'll see. I want to get into this next part. I want to get through the inauguration. I want to get through this. We're 34 minutes in, and I got other stuff I want to talk about.
The people want that, though, Hugs. I'm telling you, you want clip-worthy content.
I'm scared.
You got to do it.
So, with the inauguration...
reaction at retirement, man. That's what he always used to do.
You got to bring me out of React retirement. So, conspiracy, and this is something that was long before this current election, Barron Trump. Barron Trump is becoming like a little bit of like getting a cult of personality, man. Like he's got a following. Like he definitely, they're saying that he's the reason that his dad won the youth vote by like 30+% because he was giving all the tips to his dad on what to do to win the youth vote and all that stuff.
Yeah, I've heard it.
What? You cut out for me.
I heard like years ago.
So we're going to get into that. Yep. Okay. So that's where we're going.
Look, I'm just saying, I think what won Trump the youth vote was being in touch with social media, okay? Going on the Full Send podcast.
Barron is the one who told him, go on Joe Rogan, go on all these other podcasts.
Full Send was Dana White. Trump said that Dana White called him up and asked him to do that podcast, so... But I believe Barron... Has anybody ever heard this kid speak outside? Because that was like one of the big things when that...
That was when he was a little kid. Have you not heard him recently?
No, I haven't. But like people were talking about that.
No, he sounds like his dad. Bro, he sounds like
and
his
have
dad.
You seen how
and
tall
he's like
he is?
6'9" or something, isn't he? Yeah, he's like 6'9". Like he's ridiculously tall. But so there's this conspiracy because there was a book written. I'd have to look this up, but that he is a time traveler, and I swear, I think he will be the president one day. I absolutely believe it. If you would have seen the clips from the inauguration, how people were cheering and chanting his name and like all this stuff, it's wild. It's wild. I'm looking this up. There's looking for it. Travels and Adventures. Is this what it's called? Trying to find the Barron Trump novel.
There's a
Yeah.
Baron
Yeah, I
Trump
remember.
time traveler novel.
Weird. I
Baron
remember
Trump's
watching.
Marvelous Underground Journey. So there were 2 books, one from 1889 and one from 1893.
That's
It's pretty wild.
that.
So in 2017, they brought these up that this was like talking about him being the time traveler or whatever.
That's wild. Like,
Let's see. So trying to see exactly what was going on in these, what the story was for this. You gotta look it up more. I wasn't prepared for this part of it to have the book information, but basically, TLDR, the conspiracy theory is that he's a time traveler. There's these books written about him and like his family or whatever, and talk about like Castle Trump and like him being a, because they were talking about Trump saying if he were to win this election, there would not be another election or whatever again and stuff like that, which there's a lot of clips on either side that say whether that's true or not. And there's also clips that say on the other side, if they didn't win, it wouldn't be another election. I don't know. I've heard it both ways. I don't know which way is true. I haven't seen enough actual clips to know.
because what's up, brother? I said, you say you don't know which way is true. I said up because what's up, brother?
That's right. What's up, brother? But yeah, I could definitely see Barron becoming president one day. I just could. Watching his reaction or the reaction of the crowd to him at the inauguration, I was like, man, this is wild.
He's got power for.
Well, here's the thing. Not only were they like chanting and cheering his name, but then he did like the hand to the ear to like egg on them to like cheer his name more.
Jesus Christ.
Like he got up and like he was going like this and
He
they
hit
were
the Hulk
chanting his name
Hogan.
or whatever. He didn't do the Hogan, but he went like he did one of these where he was like, and I'm like,
I'm gonna have
man,
to
he's
go
feeding
look up
into the
these
crowd. Like,
clips. I have to go look
That's
up those
huge.
clips because I didn't watch any of the inauguration really, minus like the clips I had seen on there. There's a conspiracy going around off something Trump said that they believe that he rigged the voting for Trump. Elon Musk rigged the voting
Elon,
for
yeah.
Trump in Pennsylvania because he's like, he was out in Pennsylvania campaigning for me and nobody knows how to work the election computers like Elon. And I'm like, that
Yep.
sounds off, but I don't know if I believe that, like, it could. It probably, maybe.
Do you know what my favorite Trump conspiracy is? That Donald Trump Jr. is Vince McMahon's kid. Have you ever heard this before? That's like a big conspiracy. He looks like him. If you look at him, he looks like Vince McMahon.
I've never thought about it
Because they showed like how close the families were and like all this stuff back in the day and all that. And they're saying that
Hey man,
Donald
Vince gets
Jr.
around.
Just saying that
That's
is
a
a
dirty
big conspiracy that he is Vince McMahon's kid.
Damn, I've never
Because if
thought
you
about
look at
that
the
until
rest
right
of his
now.
kids, they all have the blonde hair.
Might be Shane McMahon.
That's Shane
Hey, man.
McMahon's older brother. It's his older brother. Really? Okay. But we are 41 minutes in. Do you guys got anything else you want to talk about?
Yes, I want you to watch the video. I don't care how many minutes in we are. We're getting this. I'm telling you, okay? People are going to power through these 41 minutes, and they're going to see your reaction. They're just
How
going to
long is this thing?
It's only like a minute. Like,
okay.
she has a verse on a Tom McDonald song. If you just
let's
pull up
see.
TikTok
Oh
and look
my
up
God.
Roseanne Barr rap,
A
That's a
conspiracy about me.
pro-Trump song.
we're going to talk about that one. Can you show it on screen?
Hold on. I just pulled up the video and
Yeah.
just saw her hair.
Can you?
Hold
I
on.
need this. I need this
Hold
a part
on.
of it.
I'm trying to find the actual video.
And while we wait for Hugs to look this up, I do have a conspiracy to tell about Jared real quick. I believe my conspiracy is that Jared is actually a fan of the Halloween franchise. Reason being is because this man has spent the better part of this entire podcast since we started shitting all over it, but yet he reviews Halloween 2 just the other day and gives it an 8 out of 10. And apparently he really likes Halloween 4. And we already knew like 3, but
I
3
have
doesn't
30
count.
minutes left.
I don't think your opinion's going to change in 30 minutes.
Okay, hold on.
Oh,
Give me a sec. Oh my God. Like literally I pulled it up and then I was like, hold on, let me make sure that this is gonna, will this share my audio? Share audio, okay. Just make it, okay, before she gets into this part, okay, because she's about to, I heard her start going. Okay, if she, just her presence in this so far
you already, yep.
makes it a parody. Like, it just seems like it's like an SNL skit.
Oh, that's
Okay.
100% the vibe that I got too.
It is a freaking SNL skit. It is ridiculous. Okay,
Yeah.
hold on one sec.
They try to cancel me and say that I'm a racist. Got a mean hook, they can't get me with that jam. Trying to take away my right to go and say this. Well, listen up, cause this man is going bad. With the facts. Why they trying to turn Becky into Dad? You get screw Eminem. I'm Roseanne. We won, you mad, it's done.
Is that it? Or does she have more?
That's it. Screw
the
Eminem.
fuck?
I'm Roseanne.
What the fuck timeline is this? What the fuck timeline is this?
See, we were talking timelines. You had to see that. Hugs, do you have any parting statements that you'd like to talk about?
I could have lived my entire life without seeing this, and I think I would have been happier. Like, I feel like I just would have been a more complete human being had I not. I think I spent most of this trying to understand why. Just why? Why the hair? Why the what? Like, okay, like her other, when she's wearing like the like hat or whatever, is that, whatever? Okay. It's weird, but it's like not as wild. It's the braids. It's the braids that are getting me.
All while trying to...
You're eating this up and I'm like confused about my life. I'm like, what is happening?
Welcome to when me and Jared first watched it, okay? Because we just sat there like, huh?
Low key, like, here's the thing. I don't like super political stuff in general. I like Tom McDonald's I think he's like a decent rapper. But I hate these, like, the same thing as I hate the, like, anti, like, F Trump songs, like, all that, like, either, I don't like any of them.
Whoa. YG and Nipsey Hussle slapped, okay?
Okay, I don't care for, like, super political music like that.
Hold
and
on,
I'm
you're
just like,
telling me that that's an awfully hot coffee pot wasn't, like, generational?
That made me sad to be an Eminem fan. Okay, I feel like that set back every white rap fan. Like, it set us back all the years that we're like, no, but you gotta listen, dude. He's so good. And then, like, that just took away credibility from every one of his fans. Like, we lost like at least 17% credibility from that bar right there.
Yeah, that was the moment I'm like,
that
should
bar,
probably stop.
but not Roseanne.
That was
That's what up. Okay. That was an episode.
Jared,
I
what
don't
about
know
you? You need
how to
some
feel.
parting facts or statements?
Jared's like, I'm trying not to go crazy. We'll see you next week with more. As Jared said, Jared, what is this episode going to be about? Conspiracies and horror.
Is that what we do here?
Jared said the podcast about. Okay. Bye.